What's up everyone, Carter says now, welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about what Triple H's big announcement was last night on Monday Night Raw. And yeah, as you can see, thumbnail title, you've probably seen it elsewhere. There is a new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, this was announced last night on Monday Night Raw by Triple H. They announced before the show that Triple H will have an announcement that will change the course of the WWE, blah blah blah. You know, the bit, and yeah, it's a new world title. Basically Triple H said in his promo that, well, Roman's been dominant champion, but this is a championship that will be defended all over the world. It won't be just like every now and again like Roman. This is the world's champion. You know, it's going to be defended around the world and all this stuff. And yeah, basically said that whatever brand Roman gets drafted to will have Roman and his belt. So he'll remain as Undisputed Universal Champion. I'm guessing they're going to hopefully combine the two and just have one belt for that. And then on whatever brand Roman doesn't go to, we'll get this new belt. And yeah, of course, I'll have it in the thumbnail. I might put up here as well. It looks like it's the big gold World Heavyweight Championship with a WWE logo just slapped in the middle of it. Yeah, at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of this. It just looks off. Something about it just doesn't look right. Maybe it was just the image I seen, but looking at it now, and it's not as bad as I first looked at it. It started to grow on me a bit already. Like I said, it might just be the image I seen this morning, where it didn't look great, but the one I'm looking at now, you can see the detail a bit more. It's okay. It's not terrible. Maybe it just takes some time to get used to it. Look, like, I'm not a big fan of the big massive logo. I get why they do it for branding. You know, some sees it, they see the logo and they're like, oh, that's a WWE belt. Like, I've seen people compare it to the Intercontinental Championship, which I completely see. You know, with the color scheme, then the logo is centered in the middle on a globe. Of course, it is a bit smaller on the Intercontinental Championship, but what it reminds me the most of is the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. If you see, if I remember to, I will put it up on the screen. This, not the original one from like 2002 up to about 2008, the one they brought back after the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Before they made it the NXT one. The NXT one doesn't have, the NXT one has the NXT logo, but if you look at the central plate on the WWE one, it is a silver globe with the WWE logo. It kind of reminds me of what they have in the center of this World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, like, I get what they're going for. It does look weird. Maybe it's because I'm used to the original World Heavyweight Championship, the old like big gold. Like, this little just looks like they got a sticker of the logo and like put the globe and just stuck it on the back. Yeah, but the more I look at it, the more I've started to grow on it, the more I don't think it's as terrible as it. Yeah. So yeah, there is a new World Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, this one will probably be there every week. This championship will probably be defended at most pay-per-views, which, you know, I'm going to Money in the Bank. I just realised I'm going to Money in the Bank. I might get to see one of the first defences of this championship, because nothing for this belt will happen at Backlash, and the champion will be crowned at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia in the end of May, and then the next pay-per-view after that is Money in the Bank. So I just realised I might get to see one of the first title defences for this new belt. Yeah, in terms of who I think should win this belt, now I've seen a couple of names going, you know, Cody possibly, but a lot of people say, nah, he should be the one to beat Roman. But if we remember before WrestleMania, rumors that were going around were it could be Cody versus Seth or Drew for this new championship if we had got Rock or Roman. So, beating Roman was never Cody's story to finish, but maybe this is. I'd like, Finn Balor, we seen look at the belt last night on Raw. Love Finn Balor. I have a signed poster up on my wall. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but I do. Big Balor fan. Would love to see him. And of course, he's the first ever Universal Champion. Had to relinquish that after a day. 2-time NXT Champion. But I'd love to see him get a proper run as a main roster, main event champion. He has the talent, he has the ability, he has everything to do so. We've seen that in NXT, we've seen that in New Japan. When he was Junior Heavyweight Champion, of course, he was never World Champion there, but we've seen his abilities. We know what Finn Balor can do, and I think he is someone that could benefit from this new championship. Seth freaking Rollins, of course, another person who's looked at his belt. He deserves another championship run, probably doing very good stuff at the moment. Maybe that could be something for him to do after he has his match with Omos at Backlash, which came out of nowhere. LA Knight, someone that could potentially, rumoured to be a favourite for Money in the Bank win. I could see him cashing in and win this belt. I've seen a Photoshop of someone did with him and this belt, and it looks, if it's maybe a Chad Gable, someone we're not expecting can rise up. Probably Gable maybe could win a mid-card belt first. A Johnny Gargano, who's, I think he's currently out with an injury. Or Tommaso Ciampa again, another one that's out with injury. So yeah, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, this is just because nobody can beat Roman Reigns, it's secondary, blah, blah, blah. But I'm a fan of this. I think, I grew up into ruthless aggression era. I'm used to having each brand having its own set of champions, World of Mid-Card, a tag, back then you had a women's championship on Raw, you had the Cruiserweights on SmackDown, I'm used to having each brand having their own set of champions. That's how I like things. So I'm happy that we have a champion for Raw, we have a champion for SmackDown. Yes, you did have that before you put both belts on Roman, but then you put both belts on Roman and build him up to the point where how do you split one away from him? It's at that weird stage where you can't just take it off him. But then you can't have him lose one of them, because then what was the point in putting them together in the first place? So bringing in a new champion, I think it does make sense. It's not the first time they've done this. Unifying the belts, they did it in 2001 when Chris Jericho became Undisputed Champion. Look what happened there. A year later, what was it, 2002, 2003? Yeah, it was the summer 2002. Triple H gets handed the World Heavyweight Championship by Eric Bischoff because of the brand split. Same thing happened 2013, I believe it was. TLC ended in 2013. Unified the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championship. 2016 we bring in the Universal. So we've been here before where we've unified belts, then we brought in a new belt. So yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think. A lot of people saying, oh, it feels secondary already. But yeah, then after a couple of defenses and they build up the championship a bit more, I don't really see people feeling that way. The Universal title event, a lot has been built up to the point where, because of Roman, that's the belt he had for 900 days. I feel like that went from kind of the secondary belt to now being on par because of Roman and how they booked him with that belt. But yeah, very interested to see how things go and who wins this belt. I think this belt should stay on Raw. Personally, I don't know why. I'm just looking at it, they unveiled it on Raw. It just feels like it should be the Raw belt. With 3 hours, I feel like you need a world champion more than you would with the 2 hours on SmackDown. I feel like you're able to cover the fact that Roman's not there a bit more because you have less time to fill. So yeah, I'd keep this on Raw. And yeah, I do plan on doing a video for the draft, kind of a reaction to who goes where and all the draft picks. I'm not going to do it for both nights. I'm going to just do it for night 1 next Monday. Next Tuesday the video will be up because Raw will be Monday night. So yeah, I'm not going to do one Sunday or Saturday for SmackDown. I'm just going to do one altogether and make it a bit easier. So yeah, I'll do that for draft this week. We'll see Backlash then next weekend. And then we'll probably find out the fate of this belt. You know, we'll have the draft, we'll know which brand it's going to be on. Backlash will have happened, so we'll probably, maybe a tournament, the Crown Champion and Night Champions. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out for the new belt. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.